Okay, final attempt. Just going to give it a couple of minutes to try and get more people back on. We had just over 50 previously, so as soon as we get somewhere close to that number, we'll start again. Absolutely, Hannah. Hopefully, third time lucky. Up into the 30s now, just another minute or so. Right, okay. Problem's been both times is it said that they have noticed a copyright breach. So first of all, I thought it was some music somewhere else in the house. That was all turned off for the second go, so I don't think it was that. The only thing I can think of is that I had a logo on my t-shirt, so I've put a plain jumper on now, and fingers crossed that will kind of sort it out. If it doesn't, what we'll do, we'll call it for day to day. I'll have a look at some of the technology, get a little bit of help, and make sure that it works. Hopefully it will, because I had 20 minutes of it blank in this room testing it earlier, so hopefully we'll be ready to go. Lots of names coming through. Don't think I'll be able to say all of them, but if your name's on there, I'll try and say hello to you. Especially happy birthday to any of you who've had birthdays which haven't been as exciting or fun as normal. So, how it's going to work? We have got 6 rounds. Each round is based around one of the year groups from year 1 to year 6. In each round, there's 8 questions. 5 of them will have been set by that year group, so it should be about something they've been learning since Christmas. And then there are 3 other questions. One of the questions will be a film question, one of them will be a music question, and then one of them will be kind of potluck, range of different questions in there. So play against each other, play in your house, look at your scores, text your friends afterwards, and we will get going. I want absolutely everybody then to move all of their phones out of reach, unless you're watching it on your phone, obviously, but I don't want any cheating, don't want anybody Googling, nobody going through anything like that. I'm reading the questions off a screen that's just to my right, so it's over there, which I know is your left, but because of the mirror image, that's how it looks. Okay, so hopefully you got your pens and papers there. Hello, Neve. Hello, the Henses again. Matthew, Harry and Evie, Bethany, Charlie. We've got Toby, we've got Pippa, we've got Henry, Jaden, and another Neve there. We've got Freddie coming through. Bethany, hi to all of you. It's a real shame you're not in school, but I guess this is kind of the next best thing before our Easter break. Sorry. So, Elscombe virtual quiz. First questions. First 5, like I said, are set by year 1. And this is round 1. Oh yeah, final thing, please don't put any answers in the comments box. So, question 1, set by year 1. Can you name all 7 of the continents? So question 1, can you name all 7 of the continents? Question 2, could you give any 2 numbers that add up to 10? Any 2 numbers. You only need 1 pair here, you don't have to get all of them. If we're going too quick, please just put a little comment in the comments box and then we'll maybe slow down. Similarly, if it's too slow, let me know and we can speed up a little bit. Question number 3 in this round. Can you think of any animal that is a carnivore? So any animal that is a carnivore. Okay. 4th question. Nice, simple. And remember, these are questions that Year 1 have set for Year 1 children primarily. What is the 3rd month of the year? So that's the 3rd month of the year. Right. Okay. Question 5. What is the plural of wish? So what is the plural of wish? And make sure that you are spelling that correctly. Okay, we are going to go to the 3 questions in this round that weren't set by Year 1. First question is a film question. So, which future James Bond helped defeat Ming the Merciless in 1980? Kind of want a bit more for the parents, I think, on this one. So, which future James Bond helped defeat Ming the Merciless in 1980? Thank you very much for that, Lexi. I knew there would be one, and I actually thought it probably would be you. Okay, so question 7. This is the first of the music questions. All we're going to do is I'm going to read out some song lyrics, and from those song lyrics, you need to give me the name of the song. Don't want the artist because of cover versions or anything like that. So just the name of the song. Absolutely promise not to sing. You can sing along at home once you think you've got it. I'm sure some of you will be singing it to see what you can get. So, first music question. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. Candice, you really do not want me to sing. So, by now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. Just the name of the song, not worried at all about the artist. Okay, final question in this round. So, first one then is, how many times has London hosted the Summer Olympic Games? How many times has London hosted the Summer Olympic Games? Lots of requests coming through for me to sing. Trust me, you really don't want that. Although, Liz, I actually think the fact that we could have someone dance to a song and then people have to guess what the song is, I think that is certainly something that the kitchen should start doing. Okay, remember, try not to post any of the answers because other people will be writing them down. Okay, so that's the end of Year 1. So we will move on, obviously, now to round 2. We are up to 71 viewers and players currently. So thank you, everybody who's here and involved in this. And year 2 questions, all of these are based around the Great Fire of London. So anybody year 2 or older who's currently at school, you should be able to get most of these right. So round 2, question 1. In which year was the Great Fire of London? In which year was the Great Fire of London? Thank you, Miss Smythe. So question 1 and 2, in which year was the Great Fire of London? Question 2, what sort of cheese did Samuel Pepys bury to save it from the fire? It's multiple choice one here. So Samuel Pepys, is it A, cheese, B, Edam, or C, Parmesan? So what sort of cheese did Samuel Pepys bury to save it from the fire of London? Is it A, cheddar, B, Edam, or C, Parmesan? Okay, and question 3. Where did Londoners get their water from to try and extinguish the fire? So where did Londoners get their water from to try to extinguish the fire? Okay, question 4. Can you name the architect who drew up plans to rebuild London after the fire? So who was the architect who drew up the plans to rebuild London after the fire? Okay, really quickly, Hannah has just asked for question 2 and 3 again. So question 2, what sort of cheese did Samuel Pepys bury to save from the fire? A, cheddar, B, Edam, C, Parmesan. 3, where did Londoners get their water from to try to extinguish the fire? Question 5. In those days, the roofs of houses were not tiled. They were made of something that helped to spread the fire. What were the roofs made of? Okay, so that's the 5 questions set by year 2. So we now go to our 3 general knowledge questions. First one, again, I don't think many children will get this, but we might need to think a little bit harder than this, some of the parents, and it's nice, simple. Remember, this is a film set question. So the first question is, who puts baby in the corner? So the question is, who puts baby in the corner? So, who puts baby in the corner? Remember, a film question. Few people I can see there who've definitely got the right answer. Music question. Remember, I'm just going to read the lyrics. You just need to tell me the name of the song. So, I'm going to hit the highway like a battering ram on a silver black phantom bike. When the metal is hot and the engine is hungry, and we're all about to see the light. So, again, just from the lyrics, what's the name of the song? I'm gonna hit the highway like a battering ram on a silver black phantom bike. When the metal is hot and the engine is hungry, and we're all about to see the light. Candice, don't worry about the actor, don't worry about the name of the film. Just tell me who it is that puts baby in the corner. And the final question, Lisa, just the name of the song. Don't worry about the singer. Final question of this round. Sport question. The highest ground in the English professional leagues is located 168 metres above sea level. Which team play their home games there? Think about me. I know some of the boys, year 5 and 6, will probably get this one. The highest ground in the English professional leagues is located 168 metres above sea level. Which team plays their home games there? Just having a quick check on my WhatsApps that some of the teachers are sending me messages about things. Okay, so that is the end of year 2. What we will do one more round and then we'll go back and we will check through the answers to these first 3 rounds of the quiz. Then we'll just take a break for a minute or two so I can have a drink, get our breath back. You can get biscuits, cups of tea, or whatever, and then we will carry on with the second half of the quiz. So, round 3, questions set by year 3 teachers to start with. So, what are the 3 periods in the Stone Age? What are the 3 periods in the Stone Age? Hi Ruben, hi Toby, hi Evie and Lola. Okay, question 2. What do you call art that isn't a direct representation of something? Round 3, question 2. What do you call art that isn't a direct representation of something? Question 3. What is the word for a pencil case in French? No dashing onto Google Translate that, especially year 3s. What is the French word for pencil case? Okay, another maths question here from year 3. What is 23 multiplied by 5? What is 23 multiplied by 5? And question 5. So question 5. What word describes a material that lets light through, but you can't see clearly through it? So what word describes a material that lets light through, but you can't see clearly through it? And then we are on to the final 3 questions of this round. So the first one is a film question. And the film question for this round: in which 2012 film was Richard Parker a key character? In which 2012 film was Richard Parker a key character? Evie and Lola, your mum says to get off her YouTube account. Question 7 from third round. It's the music question. I'm going to read out a lyric. You have to guess the name of the song, not the artist, because there has been a couple of cover versions of this one as well. We'd like to know a little bit about you for our files. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you. All you see are sympathetic eyes. So just name the song. We'd like to know a little bit about you for our files. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you. All you see are sympathetic eyes. And the final question, potluck question from this round. How many balls are on the table at the start of a frame of snooker? So how many balls are on the table at the start of a frame of snooker? Anybody who remembers the late 1980s, there was that program with Jim Davidson and John Virgo, and if you sing the theme tune for that, you will get the answer. So last question, round 3. How many balls are on the table at the start of a frame of snooker? Yeah, cold. Right, I'm quickly going to whiz to the top of the quiz again on my other screen so we can go through the answers for rounds 1, 2, and 3. Give yourself a mark if you want to pass them to someone else in your house, that's fine. Otherwise, we're just going to have to trust the fact that you're all playing fairly and no one is cheating. So, year 1, first question then, right back to the start of the quiz. Can you name all 7 continents? We've got Europe, Asia, Antarctica, North America, South America, Australasia, and Africa. If you've got Oceania instead of Australasia, we will let you have that too. Question 2. Sorry about this, we will have to go quite quick marking them to make sure we get everything done in time. So give me 2 numbers that add up to make 10. You could have had 0 add 10, 1 add 9, 2 add 8, 3 add 7, 4 add 6, 5 add 5, 6 add 4, 7 add 3, 8 add 2, 9 add 1, and 10 plus 0. 1 mark for getting any one of those. Question 3. Can you think of an animal that is a carnivore? Obviously, we can't go through all of these because there's far too many to mention, but you could have tiger, lion, cats, hyenas, polar bears, dolphins, whales, and lots more. Question number 4, what is the third month of the year? The answer for that is March. And question 5, what is the plural of wish? It is wishes, spelt W-I-S-H-E-S. Question 6, one for the parents here. Which future James Bond helped defeat Ming the Merciless in 1980? It was Timothy Dalton in the film Flash Gordon. I'm sure everyone remembers that, mainly for the Queen soundtrack. So Timothy Dalton was the Bond who helped defeat Ming the Merciless. And the first music question, by now you should have somehow realised what you got to do. I bet a lot of you were singing that. It is, of course, Wonderwall. How many times has London hosted the Summer Olympic Games? That was 3 times, 1908, 1948, and also 2012. Round 2. Great Fire of London was in 1666. What sort of cheese did Samuel Pepys bury to save it from the fire? It was Parmesan cheese. Where did the Londoners get their water from to try to extinguish the fire? It was the River Thames. Can you name the architect who drew up plans to rebuild London after the fire? That was Sir Christopher Wren. And question 5 in round 2. In those days, the roofs of houses were not tiled. They were made of something that helped to spread the fire. What were they made from? And the answer for that is thatch. So Charlie, from what your mum said, I hope that you got all of those ones right. She was saying earlier she was relying on you on the chat. Well done, the Wisemans, getting 10 from the first round. Although I think there were only 8 questions, so that might have been the start of the second round as well. And could we then have this question, who puts baby in the corner? So the answer, of course, is nobody. In Dirty Dancing, who puts baby in the corner? He says nobody puts baby in the corner. Music question. I'm going to hit the highway like a battering ram on a silver phantom bike. When the metal is hot and the engine is hungry and we're all about to see the light, is a lyric from Bat Out of Hell. So Bat Out of Hell for the music question in that round. Final question in this round, bit of a question from me. The highest ground in English professional leagues is located 168 metres above sea level. Which team plays their home games there? The ground is the Hawthorns, and of course it is West Bromwich Albion. Alex, not Manchester United. It is West Bromwich Albion playing in the highest league ground above sea level in this country. Okay. Well done, Jenny. I'm sure Charlie listened to me far too much to get that one. Oh, no one. Yeah, go on. I'll let no one puts baby in the corner. I'm sure I'll get a bit of abuse for that one. Yeah, it is on location. The question was, the highest ground in English professional leagues is located 168 metres above sea level. Okay, round three, first question. What are the three periods in the Stone Age? The answers are, and don't worry about spellings whatsoever for these, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic. So three Stone Age periods, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic. Question three, what is the French word for pencil case? Massive apologies for the pronunciation here, but the answer is trousse. So the French word for pencil case is trousse, Trousse. Question four, 23 multiplied by 115. Sorry, 23 multiplied by 5. The answer is 115. Number two, sorry, I missed out number two. What do you call art that isn't a direct representation of something? The answer is abstract. It's just a recap, sorry about the confusion. Question one, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic. Question two, abstract. Question three, trousse. Question four, 115. Question five, what word describes a material that lets light through but you can't clearly see through it? The answer is translucent. So question five, the answer translucent. Movie question for this round. In which 2012 film was Richard Parker a key character? The answer is Life of Pi. Richard Parker was the name given to the tiger. Question 7. Song lyrics. We'd like to know a little bit about you for our files. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. The answer is Mrs. Robinson. Originally by Simon and Garfunkel, but also a very, very good cover in the early 90s by the Lemonheads. Thank you, Mrs. Underhill. Last question in this round. How many balls are on the table at the start of a frame of snooker? Anybody who remembers Big Break on a Saturday evening might have been singing the song. The answer is 22. 15 reds, yellow, green, brown, blue, pink, black, and of course the cue ball as well. 15 reds, 6 colours, and then the white cue ball as well. Right, so that's the first 3 rounds. That's the first 3 rounds marked. I'm just going to give you probably 2 minutes to go and get a drink, have a bit of a stretch, have a bit of a relax. I can shuffle off camera and have a drink because I think one of my cups will hit the copyright rules because it's got a brand mark on it. But I will be looking to see how many of you put your scores in the comments section, and we'll be back in 2 minutes from now. Okay, slightly more than a couple of minutes. I was just replying to a few texts that some of the other members of staff have been sending me, and having a bit of a giggle at those too. So we're going to try and go a little bit quicker for these. We are on to year 4 questions. So we are going to get going with those. 3 more rounds, 3 more. Sorry, just seeing Vicky's comment there. Flash Gordon, come on, Vicky, that was the character, not the actor. So, year 4 questions, 3 more rounds to go. Hi, Lexi. And Logan, is that you talking about your dancing? I hope you're still keeping that up when you're doing your maths. Okay, here we go then. Year 4, question 1. What is the process of a liquid turning into a gas? What is the process of a liquid turning into a gas? Round 4, question 2. What is the name of the Hindu building for communal worship? What is the name of the Hindu building for communal worship? Question 3. When Egyptians mummified bodies, what did they put the internal organs in? So, when Egyptians mummified bodies, what did they put the internal organs in? Fourth question in this round. Describe the difference between volume and pitch. Describe the difference between volume and pitch. Question 5. What is 23 divided by 100? What is 23 divided by 100? Okay, film question for this round. Which 1955 Disney animated film has recently received a live action remake? So, which 1955 Disney animated film has recently received a live action remake? Song lyrics for round 4. Do you ever, round 4, song lyrics. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag, drifting through the wind, waiting to start again? Do you ever feel like a plastic bag, drifting through the wind, waiting to start again? So what song are those lyrics from? And then the final question from round 4. Which boat that was owned by a company from Liverpool and built in Belfast set sail from Southampton on the 10th of April? Not this year, a long, long time ago, but if I give the year, it will give it away very quickly. So which boat that was owned by a company from Liverpool and built in Belfast set sail from Southampton on the 10th of April? Mrs. Underhill, I can see what you've put, but I'm not going to press show because it will give the answer away to that question, but absolutely well spotted. Okay, on to year 5 questions here. So lots of these linked to your topics. Year 5, you should be able to get all of these pretty quickly. So question 1, round 5. How would you describe the shape of a planet? How would you describe the shape of a planet? And I know that Mrs. Knight, Mrs. Parish, and Miss Curtis will have said this phrase to you a lot. Second question. List the names of the planets in order. That is the planets as they are categorized now, not when most of your parents would have been at school. So question 2, name the planets in order. Question 3, where do all rivers end? Question 3, where do all rivers end? Question 4, name 2 physical features in geography. So name 2 physical features in geography. Lots and lots of options there. And question 5, last question set by the year 5 team. How long does it take for the Earth to orbit the Sun? How long does it take for the Earth to orbit the Sun? And you cannot just say 1 year. How long does it take for the Earth to orbit the Sun? Film question then. Which 1982 Steven Spielberg film featured a character called Elliot? Which 1982 Steven Spielberg film featured a character called Elliot? Song lyrics. So what song do these lyrics come from? Do, 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 do. So which song do these lyrics come from? Do, 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 do. That is 5 do's. Repeated an awful lot in that song. And final question in round 5. Which English actor links This Life, Teachers, Love Actually, and The Walking Dead? So which English actor links the TV shows This Life and Teachers, and is also in Love Actually and one of the stars of The Walking Dead? Okay. One more round to go, obviously, and then we'll mark them all. These are questions from year 6. Lots of different topics this term we've been doing, so there's a bit of a span here. So, first question, English question here. Name the 3 types of punctuation that can be used for parenthesis. Name the 3 types of punctuation that can be used for parenthesis. Question 2. Platelets are found in human blood. What is their job? So platelets are found in human blood. What is their job? And question 3. What is the difference between a credit card and a debit card? Done a bit of money management in year 6 this term. So what is the difference between a credit card and a debit card? Question 4. Where can you go in England to see the Meridian Line? So where can you go in England to see the Meridian Line? And question 5. There are 5 oceans in the world. Name them. So there are 5 oceans in the world. Name them. Okay, final 3 questions. So the last movie question. Who led the Chitauri invasion of New York in 2012? Who led the Chitauri invasion of New York in 2012? Remember, that is a film question. Okay, song question here. I wake up every day is a daydream. Everything in my life ain't what it seems. I wake up just to go back to sleep. So, I wake up every day is a daydream. Everything in my life ain't what it seems. I wake up just to go back to sleep. Question 5 then, Jenny. There are 5 oceans in the world. Name them. Thanks, Vicky, for putting that on. So, final question. I'm going to give an excerpt from one of the most famous speeches from this country ever, and I just want you to say the missing word. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. So what is the missing word from this famous speech? We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. Just give you a minute to have a look through, talk through those questions together, and then we'll mark those final 3 rounds of the quiz. Okay, we are then just quickly going to go through the answers from round 4, 5, and 6. Again, we'll go through them fairly quickly because we started a bit later than I hoped we would. So, round 4, what is the process of a liquid turning into a gas? It is evaporation. So, evaporation. What is the name of the Hindu building for communal worship? It is a mandir. Question 3. When Egyptians mummified bodies, what did they put the internal organs in? And that is canopic jars. CANOPIC. Question 4. Describe the difference between volume and pitch. So pitch is how high and low the sound is, whereas volume is how loud and quiet the sound is. So pitch is how high and low the sound is, and volume is how loud and quiet the sound is. No, not going to allow jars to count on that one, Alana. Question 5. What is 23 divided by 100? The answer is 0.23. Okay, question 6 in this round, the film question. Which 1955 Disney animated film has recently been made into a live-action remake? The answer is Lady and the Tramp. Some of you might put Lion King, but Lion King was not made in 1955. It was made in 1990 something. Question 7. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, waiting to start again? That is from Firework by Katy Perry. And last question in round 4. Which boat that was owned by a company from Liverpool and built in Belfast set sail from Southampton on the 10th of April? The year was 1912, and the answer, of course, was the Titanic. Lion King was 1994. Thank you, Lexi. So, on to round 5. How would you describe the shape of a planet? The answer is roughly spherical. According to the national curriculum, the answer to what is the shape of a planet is roughly spherical. Names of the planets in order is Mars, Venus, Earth, Mercury, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune. No longer Pluto. Pluto is declassified, so is no longer a planet. So Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. Sorry, the list I've got here from year 5, not quite right. I'll run through those again. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Sorry about that. Question 3. Where do all rivers end? The answer is oceans or seas. So where do all rivers end? Oceans or seas? So question 4, name 2 physical features in geography. 2 physical features in geography could include rivers, mountains, woodlands, valleys, forests, seas, oceans, shrublands, and ice. Lots and lots of different ones you could have had there, so any 2 will count. And question 5, how long does it take the Earth to orbit the Sun? So answer 1 year, which is, and the length of time it takes to orbit the Sun is 365 and a quarter days. 365 and a quarter days. Those 4 quarters are then what makes up the 29th of February. Film question. Which 1982 Steven Spielberg film featured a character called Elliot? The answer is E.T. Song lyrics do is from Baby Shark. And which English actor links This Life, Teachers, Love Actually, and The Walking Dead? That is Andrew Lincoln. Okay, final round. So round 6. Name 3 types of punctuation that can be used for parenthesis. They are commas, brackets, and dashes. So 3 types of punctuation for parenthesis: commas, brackets, and dashes. Platelets found in human blood, what is their job? Their job is to clot the blood. What is the difference between a credit card and a debit card? With a debit card, money comes straight out of your account, and with a credit card, you are loaned money by the bank and have to pay it back with interest. Question 4. Where can you go in England to see the Meridian Line? The answer is Greenwich. So where can you go and see the Meridian Line? The answer is Greenwich. And fifth question in the final round. There are 5 oceans in the world. Name them. They are the Pacific, Southern, Arctic, Atlantic, and Indian. So that is the Pacific, Southern, Arctic, Atlantic, and Indian. Last 3 questions then. Who led the Chitauri invasion of New York in 2012? As you put Billy Ocean, then I think you can definitely have a mark for Billy Ocean as well. So, who led the Chitauri invasion of New York in 2012? That was in Avengers Assemble, and it was Loki. The final music question. I wake up every day as a daydream. Everything in my life ain't what it seems. I wake up to go back to sleep. That is from Bonkers by Dizzy Rascal. So Bonkers is the answer. If you put Dizzy Rascal, well done. And absolute final question, which is the missing word from this speech? We shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender. Speech from Churchill, and the missing word was beaches. We shall fight them on the beaches. So that is the final question and final answer to the quiz. If you could just have a quick go at totting up your scores. Have a go, see what you've got, type them into the comment section. I'll leave it up for a couple of minutes before we stop. Keep the comments coming in for me. I did 33, 39 at 48, a couple of 39s. 42. Clearly got a lot of competition going on there in year 6. Okay, that's going to be it for the moment. Hopefully you all have an enjoyable Easter. Hopefully you all take care. Couple of things at the moment I think would be a really good idea to do whilst we're all isolated and whilst we're all where we are. Really good thing to do, get a jar, get any container or something, and whenever you miss doing something, whenever there's something that you think you really wish you could do, write it down on a bit of paper, put the bit of paper in the jar, and then when this is all over, you can take one out and have a go at it. But things like going to visit a relative you've never seen, going for a walk in Chorley Woods, just going around to a friend's house and just talking. That's going to be it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention. It's felt really strange talking to myself for the past hour. Hope you all enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you all soon. Take care.